So this is the Bellringer for today. We're going to do number 13 and number 14 on the back of your spiral. Okay, so we're looking for the domain of the graph. So the domain is the x values. So we want to see how wide this graph is. So this line goes from -3 all the way across to +3. Now domain is your x values. So we go from -3 on the low side all the way up to +3 on the high side. So it goes from -3 to +3. So it's going to be greater than -3. So x is greater than -3, but it's going to be less than +3. So x is less than +3. Now, it's greater than -3, but it's got a closed dot. So that means it's or equal to. So it can be -3. So greater than or equal to -3. For a +3, it's an open dot, so it can't be +3. So it's going to be less than +3, but not including +3. So x is greater than -3, or greater than or equal to -3, and x is less than 3. That is C. All right, we're doing the same thing on number 14. We're going to see how wide this graph is. It goes from -2 all the way up to +1. Since we're talking about, so -2 all the way up to +1. Since we're talking about domain, that's our x values. So it's going to be bigger than -2. So x is greater than, remember you have to read from the variable, x is greater than -2. It's an open dot, so we're not going to include the -2. It's got to be bigger than -2, but not including -2. And then it's going to be less than +1. So x is less than +1. But since it has a closed dot at +1, we want to include +1. So x can be less than or equal to +1. So x is greater than -2 and less than or equal to 1 is D. All right, do number 15 and 16, and then go to Google Classroom and check your spiral, see which ones are wrong, and make corrections so you can get a good grade tomorrow when you submit it.